Here we have Cyclo from Jazwares Fortnite Legendary Series. He comes with 4 accessories. The first is the AC/DC harvesting tool right here. It looks pretty good. I don't know, I don't really want to touch this translucent wire. It might shock me, although I just did. And he comes with the Windshear cloak. Now, Cyclo is actually a special figure here because he is the only 7-inch Brawlers figure in the Jazwares Fortnite line that comes with a back bling. The only one. None of the others came with a black back bling, but this guy, he came with his cloak. That's pretty actually awesome. He then also comes with an action-packed guided missile. What do I mean by action-packed? Well, if you pull this trigger right here, I believe it's going to shoot. Nope. Pull this trigger, it's going to shoot. Yeah, and there we go. We even knocked somebody over here. This is the yellow glow wrap, I believe. It's the best one I could figure it out to be. And you've got a really cool looking double barrel shotgun. And I think this is the scan line wrap. It opens up like that. That's its action feature right there. Scoot this stuff off to the side. This figure stands at about, let's see, right here, about 7 inches tall, as you can see, and I will show you him next to a few other figures, starting with the smallest, and that would be Jazwares 6-inch. I just knocked him over, so I got to get him to stand again. Jazwares 6-inch figure, and a 6-inch Star Wars Black Series figure right there. Next, we've got a G.I. Joe average size classified figure and what I would call an average size Marvel Legends figure right there. Next, we're going to move on to Hasbro's Fortnite figures and McFarlane DC Multiverse. I almost said Ultraverse, but Multiverse. I can't get him to stand, but you get an idea of how tall they are. And finally, we've got the Rock Ultimate Edition from one of the wrestling lines from one of the companies. I'm not really sure what. I don't follow wrestling. And Master Chief from the Spartan Collection. Another figure I can't get to... Hey, he's standing up. Sweet. So, this gives you an idea of how tall this big boy is. Now, I am going to make a huge claim. A big, massive claim. I believe that this just might be the best 7-inch Brawlers figure Jazwares made. Out of all 7 of the figures, the kit figures, the Scientist, Meow Souls, Brutus, I think this just might be the best one. Yeah, I'm pretty confident this guy is the best one here. And so I want to send a quick shout out to my friend in the UK, in London actually, for sending me the best Brawlers figure. You might be able to find it here in the US. I've heard rumors that it might be showing up at Ross, but I got him from England. That was, at the time, the only place I could get him. And yeah, I think he is the best. I'm going to say it again. So let's do a quick, let's gear this dude up here real quick. So his cloak will go on. It's kind of tight, and it doesn't really, the peg is a little tight, so you might need to be careful shoving it on there. But that's what the figure looks like with that on there. He holds the harvesting tool really pretty well, actually, for a figure with... Oh, you know what? We didn't talk about the articulation. Oh, well, we'll do the gear up. We'll do this part, and then we'll finish off with the articulation. Now, most figures will hold this actually really pretty good. I think I've said actually a few times we need to knock that off, because his finger will go in the trigger hole right there. So he can hold that really well. And yeah, we're going to shake this dude around and shake him all about. He can also hold the rocket launcher pretty good because it can kind of balance. Bear with me here. I'm having to reach like really far around my camera. This is a big dude, and I may have chosen the wrong lens. I'm not sure. But he can hold that rocket launcher pretty good. So let's get this stuff off. You saw the gearing up. So he has 38 points of articulation all over the place. Now you might have noticed he's got these little pokey pieces sticking out every which way. He's got 5 up here, a couple on his wrists, a couple on his thighs, and a couple behind his thighs. They're just all over the place. And they're rubbery. They move around, and I don't know what the fragility of these pieces are going to be years to come from now. I don't know if they'll break off easy. If you just stand your figure on a shelf and pose it and leave it there, they should be just fine. But if you're rough and tough and tumble and you play with these things a lot, I don't know. Parts of this is translucent, like his right arm has some translucent purple. The head is also translucent, except for where it shows the storm right there. So, the articulation, his head moves around just fine. It's on a great ball joint. It goes every which way, except for his little canister smacks into the hoses, the bolts, the whatever they are sticking out. He's got on his left shoulder a thingy here, and it pops off really easy. So this could be an easily lost part. If you want him to raise his arms, the left arm on mine is really stiff, but he can raise his arms about that far. He has a bicep rotation, works quite well, double pin elbows, a wrist rotation, and a hinge, and as we've already stated, a finger hinge right there. He's got a great waist movement right there, and he can surprisingly bend forward that much and bend back that much. I'm actually surprised. He's kind of chunky up here. If you want him to do the splits, check this dude out. He can split with the best of them. If you want him to sit, well, the little bolts sticking out of him are going to cause some problems. He's got thigh rotations, double pin at the knee, and this is as far as he can go because of the hindrance in this area. He's got no rotation at the boot. He's got a rotation and a hinge at the ankle, and finally he's got the standard ankle hinge right there. And that is his That is his articulation. And I will say one more time, I just think that this guy is probably the best Brawlers figure, maybe with Kit following up next. If you have an opportunity and you find this figure locally, I highly recommend getting it. I think it's actually pretty worth it. He's nice. He is very, very neat. And I'll say very one more time. I really like this figure. Anyway, now it is your turn. What do you think about this figure right here? Leave your thoughts in the comments section below. But before you get out of here, and if you haven't already, check out my recent review of Brutus right there in the bottom left-hand corner. He's a big boy. He's a chunky. He's a good figure. Maybe not quite as good as Cyclo, but he's still pretty awesome in his own special way. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.